My name is Jessica Banks, and I'm the flute instructor at Mississippi State University. The following video is designed to help students prepare for the Mississippi Lions Band All-State Audition. If you would like some additional help with this piece or other pieces of music, please feel free to contact me, see the information below, or to leave a comment. In addition to the challenging technical passages and rhythms in this piece, we also have quite a few wide intervals or wide leaps that we have to manipulate. Now, it's important to remember that you must have a beautiful tone, not only on each individual note, but through the notes. This exercise has been designed to help you work on getting that beautiful resonant sound all the way through your tone. For this exercise, we're going to start on one main principal note and then go up by half steps. So that would be like your chromatic scale, all the way up to whatever interval that you want to stop at. For this etude, we have a difficult interval in the first full measure from that A above the staff to the high F. So I'm going to work on that right now. First, I'm going to try and get the best sound possible on my A. Once you find your most open, resonant sound on that A, then you're going to start going up and trying to match each subsequent note to that A. So first I'm going to go A to B flat, then A to B natural, and keep going up and try and keep that sound. As I start to get higher into the register, into the third octave, you have to remember to drop the jaw and say yaw inside your mouth. You need to make more space because as we go up higher, our instruments get shorter and shorter. The tube actually, where it's resonating, gets shorter, which makes the pitch higher. But we have to somehow make some more space for the sound to resonate. And we do that inside our body, specifically inside the mouth, with dropping the jaw. You want to have more space between the teeth as possible, as much as you can to open up the sound. Here it is without doing that, is what this is going to be from A to E flat. It sounds really brittle and harsh in that top register, but if I open up and say yaw inside, it's gonna open up the sound. in that example, we have the sound, that first A, the sound matching the sound of the E flat. So the interval that we need in this etude is from A to F. So let me work up to there. I'm going to start A to D and then go up from there. Constantly thinking yaw and pushing the air up slightly higher than I normally would after the A. That E wasn't the best, that E natural, so I'm going to try that one again. Once you find that tone on that high F, then you can try and plug it into your etude. So here's the beginning of it. When I took that big leap up from the A all the way to that F, you'll notice that it didn't get forced or pinched at all. I'm letting the air come through the lips, not trying to keep any of it in. Too many people clamp down the lips. You've got to let the air out. And in this first measure, we're at forte. So really push through that and show the judges your beautiful sound. The other difficult interval comes in the second line, that leap from an A above the staff to that third octave A. We want to make sure that our tone doesn't get pinched again. We want to make sure it's open and resonant, again saying yaw. But this can be more difficult in this octave leap that we have here. Again, we're going to go back to that exercise and work up to that A to find the most beautiful sound. I'm going to do it kind of in fast motion so that you can see the whole etude, but you want to try and do this slowly at home with really concentrating on the tone. You have to maintain your most beautiful sound on all the notes. One key in playing this accurately and with a beautiful sound is that the note before our big leaps upward, we have to sort of push into the tone. I mean that when I say push, I mean actually pushing the air more in that lower note so that the higher note doesn't come out screeching. This is the second line. It's on that A that I want to push the sound so that I can sort of float up to the upper A. And then it doesn't sound quite so screechy. It's very difficult to do, but if you have confidence in your air doing the work, don't put too much pressure on the lips. The lips can only get you so far. You really need to follow through with the air and imagine the entire line of air going through this entire phrase. Here are a few tips on breathing in this etude. One of the biggest mistakes I see students make in regards to breathing is to take a quick breath at the beginning of a piece. There's no reason to rush your breath in the beginning, so I suggest breathing in slowly within a rhythmic context. Using this simple method will help you create a better tone, set up your tempo more accurately, and most importantly, it should help calm your nerves. To begin this etude, I suggest you breathe for 1.5 counts.
If you have never thought of breathing rhythmically, then this might feel awkward at first, but it has tremendous benefits. First, you must think about your tempo carefully. I find my tempo from the C, the repeated C pickups, into the third line. If you sing these two measures in your head, I think you'll have a good idea of what your tempo is. Many times I hear students start a piece too fast or too slow, and then eventually settle into their real tempo about 4 or 5 measures later. You want to solidify your tempo if possible right from the beginning, not only in your mind but also in your breathing.
Last thing I want to mention about this etude are the trills. I hear a lot of wrong fingerings on trills quite often when flute players come and play for me. So I wanted to just show you what the trill fingerings are. I have provided a link below the video in the information that has a great trill chart that you might want to keep or print out for yourself. So the first trill we have is C sharp. This might sound obvious, but you have to finger C sharp to start with. I hear a lot of people who try and put that first finger down. No, you have to play C sharp. And then the trill fingering for that is that first trill key right here, that one. Okay, right by where your first finger would be for first finger B flat. It's right by that one, so that you would trill that from C sharp to D. The next trill is C natural. High C natural, obviously you start with that C fingering, and then we actually use the second trill key here. So the second trill key for the C. If we were playing the C below this one, then we would be using the first finger trill. But because it's the C natural in the second octave, we want to make sure that we use the second trill key. Good luck on your preparation, and feel free to leave a comment or send me an email if you have any questions.